Thanks for coming, fellas. On a Friday afternoon. Okay.
What do you want to see in this next game? I mean, what are your priorities right now? What are you guys working on?
We want to have a great defensive game. I think we've had a good last week, and I want to see a lot more ball movement offensively. Ball's sticking in some of our players' hands a little bit too long. We got to keep it a little bit hotter, and yeah, this will be a good test for us. Good tune-up for what's going to be a tough stretch here the next couple weeks.
If it's a tune-up, is it fine-tuning? I mean, are you finding with this group, are they advanced enough that you're kind of ahead of where you might be with other teams at this point?
Oh, no doubt. I think offensively we're on point. We've been playing well. We're not shooting it as well as I think we're capable. I think part of it is we've just got some apprehensive shooters right now. And they've got to have a very short memory and not worry about missing a couple and just take the next one. And defensively, we're a work in progress. I think we continue to get better. Numbers are okay, but we want to just sharpen some things up.
Ruth, you mentioned defense first too. So what are the concepts you're really stressing right now?
Well, we're not the quickest team, so we're not the kind of team that can get out and pressure people. So we have to kind of change defenses up, not trick you, but we just have to pick our spots. And so we'll change defenses a lot, change looks within a defense a little bit. And so we just got to, get better at that. And a lot of it comes down to communication. We're not communicating like we should. And but I like what I've seen in practice the last couple of weeks, and I think it showed last weekend, and we hope to improve this weekend. Because, like I said, after finals, it gets real, and it gets real in a hurry. And we're going to play two very tough teams on the road, and then one of the best teams in the country at home. So it'll be a tough stretch. We better be on point defensively, or we're in trouble.
Is trying to schedule games in players' hometowns, is that something you've always tried to do, or something you just kind of came about this year?
No, I've always tried to do it if we could. Like we didn't get Audie up to Spokane, but we play in Washington State every year, so I kind of count that. I just think it's great for them to have a chance to go home and play in front of family and friends. I mean, a lot of times their immediate families come to games, but it's not often that the extended family. And like this last weekend, Sabrina's extended Romanian family, which is quite large, we're all there, and I thought that was pretty cool.
How did the cooking there compare to Ruth's?
Well, we had moose meat in Alaska, and last week we had a lot of Romanian food. I personally had 3 helpings of the stuffed cabbage. Very, very good. It was outstanding. And you wouldn't normally get that at Thanksgiving, but we did, and I thank them for that.
How are you going to get a game in Berlin?
You know what? I'm checking the NCAA rulebook to see what we can do. I think the men go over to China, right, and play a game or two, so why can't we go to Germany? We'll see. I don't know. I don't know about that.
How's Taylor
We'll see if it's in the budget, first of all.
How's Taylor progressing?
Taylor's doing great. Yeah, she's fearless, and I think she gets more and more comfortable with each game. I thought she had a great weekend this past weekend. She's one of those that just has to realize that she is a really good offensive player and a really good shooter. And when she's open, she needs to shoot it. I think sometimes as a freshman you come in and you see Maite Cazorla and Sabrina and then Ruthie inside, and you think, well, maybe I'm not the option. Well, she's always the option if she's open and in range and on balance. We want her to shoot it.
Morgan in practice, is she injured right now?
I think she just tweaked her back a little bit. So, yeah, not a problem. I think she'll be fine for Sunday, from what I understand.
So with the Michigan State, the Mississippi State's coming up, do you use Sunday as kind of a benchmark, like, hey, here's how we show how ready we are for those tests coming up?
Yeah, absolutely. It will be our last, well, I was going to say our last home game, but no, it'll be at least last home game for a couple of weeks. But yeah, it'll be a good test, be a good tune-up. They're very organized. Jeff does a good job. They play really hard, and they have about 6 different players that have made at least 1 3 per game. So, you're going to have to defend 5 players. It actually will be a good test for us. We're going to try every kind of defense that we have, though, and just for, like you said, to tune ourselves up.
4 starters back. Frustrating at all to be having some communication issues right now?
Yes and no. I think part of it comes from me. I'm an offensive coach, always have been. And we find things sometimes so easy on the offensive end that I'm not saying we take possessions off defensively, but you know, my eye tends to be at one end. I need to do a better job as a coach of focusing on the defense. I think we practice it enough, but
Get on a little harder on that end.
a little bit. It's like Mark Few. I spent all those years at Gonzaga, and Mark's an offensive guy, and he would turn his back and walk away a lot when they were doing defensive drills, and the team saw that. And what's made them, I think, their ascension to the elite instead of very good is they're focusing on defense now. They play both ends of the court, and we just have to be that kind of team too. It's in us. It's in us. We just have to continue to focus and get better, and we are.
You mentioned there's another road trip coming up ahead. How's the team been reacting to? How's the team been responding to the road
We're 3-0 on the road. Not a lot of autonomy teams or conference teams play that many games on the road, and so, you know, I like that. I think it's great for bonding. I think it's great when you go to a place and there aren't a lot of fans. You got to get yourself up. So there's a lot to be learned and experienced when you're on the road. So yeah, I know our kids are ready. You know, it'll be tough coming off finals, but I never make finals as an excuse because we're all college students. We're playing other universities. Guess what? They have finals too. They're either coming out of finals, they're during finals, or they're coming into finals. So I hear coaches lament all the time about, oh, boy, it's finals week. It's excuses. These are college kids. They're 18 to 22-year-olds. We should be fine. And but I think they're excited. They're juiced to go play two really good teams on the road.